Hey guys, Frisian here. We have a 2014 Ford Flex. It applies for pretty much all the models, but this particular model goes from 13 all the way to 19, which was the last production year. But the jobs that I'm going to be doing to this also applies to the previous years, the 09 to the 12, because it's technically the same, just a slight different, redesigns, but essentially the same vehicle. So we're going to be doing the timing chain, the water pump. We're going to be taking out the transfer case because it looks like it overheated, so some of the oil got out of it. So I'm thinking it's damaged inside. Also, I'm doing some brake pads, brake rotors, the rear differential service, so you name it, several things. So in this particular video, we're going to be addressing the rear brakes and rotors. We're going to be replacing also the front brake and rotors, the stability bar links. On the front, we're also going to be servicing the PTU, the transfer case, also known as. And in the rear, we're going to be servicing the rear differential, like I said, brake pads and rotors, and also the rear shocks. So let me get to it and I'll tell you what you need. Alrighty guys, so we got everything taken out. We got the shock taken out, we got the pads taken out, we got the rotor taken out. Okay, so to get here into this part, you need to remove your wheel. It's depends on what type of wheel nut you have. Is a 19, and then the one that's holding the rotor is a Torx 40. Okay, and then the caliper, it's held on by two 13 mils right here. Then the actual bracket, the caliper bracket, it's held on by two 15 mils. Then you remove your pads. The shock absorber at the bottom, it's held on by a 21 bolt head. Okay, and before you take out that bolt head from the shock absorber at the bottom, you need to remove the top stability bar link nut. Okay, it's a 15 nut, and at the back is a 17 mil. Okay, so it's going to be just like so. You're going to have a nut right there, and just hold down the back of the bolt. Okay, then pop it out, and then you're going to be able to access this. Now the shock absorber goes right here. Okay, after, there's a nut up top. Okay, to access that, get in the car, and then you're going to remove this cover right here. So this is only held on by 4 Phillips screws, just for these guys. Okay, you're gonna pop it out, then you're gonna pull this plastic up, and then you're gonna have your nut right there. Okay, this is gonna be the nut. It's a 18 mil. So take that out. Chances are is that whenever you are trying to take the nut out, even with the impact, the actual shaft of the shock is going to spin. Okay, so what you want to do is make a hole, put your vice grips, and then take out your nut from the top. Okay, unless you have the special tool that you can access this 8 mil head and then take out the nut by itself. So whichever is easiest for you. But in this case, of course, we're removing it, we're completely replacing it. So that's how it was accessed. That's pretty much it. The only thing other than that in the installation process, we need to retract the caliper. Okay, so you can either have the basic calipers that you can just press it back, or you have this type of caliper that you have to press and twist at the same time, which I do have the tool for that. Or you can just put in your needle pliers and twist and press at the same time, whatever works for you. Or in case you have the electronic calipers, you're gonna have to set up your settings inside your dash, and then just set it onto the brake service mode. Okay, but in this case it's just the manual one that can just press and turn at the same time, and it's going to retract. So let me put this thing back together, and I'll do the passenger side. So and then after that I'll show you what to do on the front section. So let me Alrighty, so we got the rear finished. We're moving on to the front side of the vehicle. On the front, we are changing the brake pads, the rotors, the stability bar link, the inner and outer tie rods right here. Okay, for the tie rods, the outer, it's held on by a 21 mil head right here, and so what you need to do is just use a 13/16 right here, break loose this nut, and then you can unscrew the outer tie rod, count how many threads you have in there, and whenever you put the new one in, just put the same amount of threads so it can be as close as possible to your alignment that you had. It's highly recommended to get an actual alignment at the shop, so just the FYI. The inner tie rod, remove this clamp right here, remove the boot, and you're going to have the inner tie rod actually looks like this. So you can either have big pliers that can hold on to this and remove it, or just get yourself an actual tool to remove the inner tie rods, which makes your life much easier. Okay, they're fairly inexpensive. So that's your inner tie rod. The link is a 21 mil. In case it spins, which it likely will, use a 10 mil at front and a 21 at the back. Okay, same thing on the bottom. The rotor should have a Torx T40, but it's missing. The caliper, it's held on by two 17 mils, and the caliper bracket is held on by two 18 mils. So let me get to it and I'll show you the results. there it is. We got our new rotor, we got our new brake pads, the new stability bar link, the inner and outer tie rods are installed. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So the next thing will be the engine work, timing chain, water pump, valve cover gaskets, this and that. I'm also gonna service the PTU, the differential that's back here. So just stay tuned for the next videos, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Like and subscribe, and comment below any question that you have. So see ya.